Game 4 of the all-time World Series is about to get underway. The St. Louis Cardinals of 1943 now lead the Arizona Diamondbacks by a series score of 2-1. Taijuan Walker will pitch today for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Howie Christ will pitch for the Cardinals. And the biggest difference in this series so far, I don't really think the Cardinals have completely dominated the Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks have just struggled on defense. It's already probably their biggest weakness in the game is their defense. Their starting pitching is good, the bullpen is good, the offense is pretty darn good too. It's the defense that really is been the problem. And in game 2, the Diamondbacks kind of accepted that they're going to prioritize offense over defense a little bit, and the guys that they have in there who can swing the bat are not as known for their defense, and they got punished for it. And that's going to happen from time to time. That's just sometimes the limitations of team building. You're not going to have a perfect player out there all the time, especially with the Diamondbacks teams of like the late 2010s. Like they're just not one of the higher payroll teams. They're going to be built through the draft. They're going to be built through development, things like that. So that stuff's going to happen. What can't happen is what happened in Game 3, where Zach Greinke and Peralta both had big defensive miscues as good defenders. Those are the guys who can't be making mistakes. You want to limit the mistakes for your poor defenders, but you cannot have your great defenders making bad plays and costing you. The other side of things, the Cardinals bullpen, which is their weakness, really has only struggled once, and that one time they struggled was in the first game of the series, when the game was already somewhat out of reach. Other than that, the bullpen hasn't had a chance to struggle. Well, didn't have a chance to struggle in Game 3 because they won 6-2, pretty decent lead. But in Game 2, they just flat out pitched well when Harry Gumbert came out of the pen, and he just did his job and gave the Cardinals the Game 2 win. So the Cardinals have minimized their weaknesses, and Arizona has made magnified their weaknesses. And that really, to me, is the difference in the series so far. What would be interesting to see is if the Diamondbacks stop making mistakes and we have more of a series where everybody's playing to their potential, who will actually win this thing? Because I think in that scenario, the Diamondbacks have a shot. That lineup is very, very good. They can hit the ball very, very hard. And they have the good pitching. And they have the better bullpen. The Diamondbacks have a shot to win this, but they have to stop making mistakes. And the Cardinals just have to continue to play basically like the 1940s Cardinals. They just have to be themselves. They just have to be winners. And they're going to get this thing done. It'll be interesting to see what happens this game because I do think the Cardinals have the matchup advantage on the mound, but not by an extreme amount. I mean, you look at the overall rating of Howie Christ, 3 stars, 3 stars, decent ratings on his pitching, but nothing amazing, and he does have a couple subpar stats. Taijuan Walker actually has better stats. I think where he's going to struggle, of course, just like everything else, is stamina. I mean, 60 out of 100 stamina is not bad, but in this era where you're kind of expecting to go deep, it's not going to match Howie Christ. So it's going to come down to the bullpens most likely. We'll see what happens. I mean, it's a single individual game of baseball. You don't know exactly what's going to go wrong. These pitchers could just not have their stuff today. The hitters could have their number. Who knows? But we'll find out because this is a big game. If the Cardinals win, it's a 3-1 series lead. They might end this thing soon if they can get this win. Everything stays the same setting wise. We are still in 1943 St. Louis. Going to keep the sepia up. Going to keep the camera angles all the same. And we're just going to go ahead and do this. Same lineups. Same lineups as before. Nothing's really changed there. Here we go. Taijuan Walker and Howie Christ. Both pitchers have struggled. As you see, they have the snowflake logo means they're both cold. So we could actually have a pretty good offensive day today, or maybe the pitchers figure it out. We'll see. That's why they play the game. Here we go. Game 4 of the all-time World Series. And there it goes. It finally loads. So A.J. Pollock steps to the plate, and we are underway. A 3-2 pitch. Pollock's going to get himself a single, and the leadoff hitter is on for the Diamondbacks. David Peralta is going to ground to first, and it's going to be a fielder's choice as Peralta is able to get to first in time. JD Martinez on an 0-1 count. He pops up to first. It's going to be corralled there. 2 away. Paul Goldschmidt, 3-1 pitch. He's going to draw the walk, so a runner in scoring position if Jake Lamb can drive him home and give the Diamondbacks an early lead. It's very possible. In fact, he's going to give him a 3-run lead as he blasts this deep to right field, and that ball is out of here. A 350-foot blast gives the Diamondbacks a 3-0 lead to start this game. Not a bad start at all. On the 1-2 count, Drury's going to hit one to left, but the Diamondbacks jump out to the early 3-0 lead. Taijuan Walker, let's see what he can do, because if he can pitch really well, which he has not this tournament, he's got a 5.08 ERA, but if he can get this thing going, we're going to have ourselves an even up series. So an 0-1 pitch to Luke Klein, who he leads off with a single. So here come the Cardinals. They're going to try to come right back after allowing 3 runs in the top of the third, or top of the first. Ray Sanders on an 0-2 pitch is going to get hit. Oh man, that is a painful thing for both the pitcher and the batter, but for completely different reasons. First and second, nobody out. Walker Cooper is going to swing at the first pitch, and he's going to line one down the left field line. That's going to drive home at least 1 run. That's going to drive home 2 runs. He's going to get all the way to third. It's 3-2 with a runner on third, and just like that, the Cardinals have come right back into this game. Stan Musial, the 1-1 pitch, he's going to pop it up. Man, this would be disheartening for the Diamondbacks if the Cardinals come right back and tie this game. 1-2 pitch to Kurowski. He's going to hit one to short, and off third base is the runner, and that is a double play to end the inning. So 3-2, but the Diamondbacks do still have the lead on the unfortunate play there. Top of the second, here we go. 2-2 pitch, Nick Ahmed. He swings and misses, strike 3. Jeff Mathis is going to swing at the first pitch himself, and he's going to ground to first base for an out. As Chris goes and covers the bag. So good play there for the Cardinals. Walker, the pitcher, 2-2 pitch. He's going to strike out as well. So 1-2-3 inning after the first 3 runs, after 3 runs scored in the first for Arizona. Danny Litweiler taking his first at bat of the game. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Debs Garms, his first at bat of the game. 3-2 pitch coming up now, and he hits one hard, but it's going to be caught by Martinez and right. Marty Marion on the 3-2 pitch is going to take a walk. So they're at least going to turn the lineup around as that walk happens. Howie Chris, though, he can try to help himself if he can get the base runner up, maybe turn the lineup around and get a run this inning. But the 2-2 pitch, he strikes out swinging. We're going to the third. A.J. Pollock's second at bat of the game. He did have a hit to lead off the ball game. So 1 for 1 with 2 strikes. He's going to strike out. David Peralta, 0 for 1 so far in this day. 2-0 pitch to him. He's going to line a single up the middle for a base hit. And Arizona, maybe they can get something going again. JD Martinez now. 2-2 pitch. He's going to hit one hard to left, but this one I think is going to be caught, and it is by Litweiler. So now there are 2 outs for Paul Goldschmidt, who walked his last time up. 3-2 pitch to Goldschmidt, and he hits one hard to right, but that's going to be playable as well. So no runs come across. 3-2 St. Louis still. Klein's second at bat of the game. He led off with a single to start the game. This time he's going to hit one hard to center, but it's going to be a nice catch by A.J. Pollock. Got the diving animation. I always take that to assume that it's at least a good catch. It might not have been a spectacular wedge him, let's dive and make a great play in actuality, but I always take it to mean that that was a good catch. It did seem like he had a lot of range. He covered the field. My mind, good catch. Doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, it's an out. But on the 0-1 pitch, Ray Sanders, he's going to hit one hard into the gap. That's going to go all the way to the wall. It's going to be at least a double, and it is a double. So tying run is on second, 1 out still for this inning. Cooper, who has a double early on and 2 RBI, is going to rope one to left field, but a nice catch there by Peralta. So the defense has been much better this game for Arizona. There's at least a plus play there, if not 2 this inning. The defense is actually helping Arizona instead of hurting them. So that's a big difference in this series so far. But a base hit's going to go up the middle, and Stan Musial the great Stan Musial, has actually tied this game up. It is 3-3. So that is a good start here, or it's not a good start, but a good comeback for the Cardinals rather quickly after falling behind 3-0 to start this game. They've actually tied this game up. Musial actually went to second on the throw too, so a base hit here gives St. Louis the lead. 1-2 pitch to Kurowski, and he hits one hard to left, and Peralta will catch this one as well. So the game is tied 3-3. We go to the fourth inning. Jake Lamb now at the dish. He's the one who hit the 3-run bomb that gave him the lead, so he obviously had a good at bat, but this time he strikes out. Drury will hit one to third. Nice pick. Throw to first and time. Ahmed on the 3-1 pitch walks him. Mathis on the 3-2 pitch. I think this is going to be an infield hit. It is, so first and second. So the Cardinals do have something going, but it's Taijuan Walker now at the plate. So the pitcher has to help himself out, or else this inning will end. On the 3-2 pitch, he swings and misses strike three. Chris has definitely turned it around since his first inning where he allowed that 3-run homer. Litweiler on the 3-1 count. He's going to rip one hard deep to left field. That ball's going to get out of here and gone, and it's now 4-3 Cardinals after falling below 3-0 in the bottom of the fourth. They have taken the lead. So the offense is definitely the offenses are on today for the two pitchers who were struggling a little bit coming into this. Garms is going to now, on an 0-1 count, hit a high fly ball to right field that's going to be caught. Marty Marion on the 0-1 count himself. He's going to line. This is going to be a base hit. It's got to be a tough thing for the Diamondbacks, who look like they were really in a good spot to actually come back in the series, but the Cardinals came right back, and they've taken a 4-3 lead just 4 innings later. Chris now at the plate. He's going to bunt, but it's going to be in the air, and it's going to be caught by Lamb, so not a good bunt there for Chris. Klein on the 3-1 pitch, his third at bat of the day, will draw the walk. Sanders on a 3-2 count. He will strike out to end the inning. A.J. Pollock's going to come up to hit here in the top of the fifth. Arizona looking to tie this game and make this a series again. Pollock's going to hit one hard to right, but I think this was going to be caught. And it is. Garms makes the nice catch. Peralta on the 2-0 count. He just hits one high to center. This one's also going to be caught. J.D. Martinez on the 1-1 count. He's going to hit one hard to left. And ever since that first inning when Jake Lamb hit that 3-run homer, Chris has completely turned this game around. He might even get the win in this thing. Cooper's going to come up to the plate, and he's going to hit one hard to right, and that's caught. Musial on the 3-2 count. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI. He draws a walk. Kurowski with Musial on first. It's going to be a stolen base. Musial's going to get to second. And now the Cardinals have a runner in scoring position with only one out. And Kurowski might actually bring him home as he hits a hard hit ball to right. J.D. Martinez, not a great arm out there. We already know that. And Musial comes home to score. It's 5-3. And now Randall Delgado is in to pitch for the Diamondbacks. With a 5-3 deficit, you gotta hold them down. Otherwise, things could get really dicey. Another stolen base here. And here comes Kurowski to the plate, or Kurowski to second, and so a runner in scoring position again. I'm going to look at Jeff Mathis's arms because they do seem to be running on him. He's got a pretty solid arm. Just some good base running by this Cardinals team who can do some damage on the base pass, and they have the last couple games. The 0-2 pitch here is going to be popped into center, so that won't bring home the run. So the Cardinals could get out of this still with the Diamondbacks could get out of this still with a 2-run game. Garms could get a big 2-out single, and he hits one really, really hard, and he's going to get that 2-out hit. That's going to drive home a run. It's now 6-3, and Garms runs into second with a double. So now another running in scoring position, and now a 6-3 lead for the Cardinals. And it's going to be a hard hit ball to right. That's going to probably score another one with J.D. Martinez throwing the ball in, and he does. It's 7-3. So 7 unanswered runs now for the Cardinals as they are completely turning this game around. Chris is going to hit a high pop fly to center. That will finally end the inning. The lineup will turn around again for St. Louis the next inning that would come up, though. Goldschmidt needs to get something going. the great first baseman for this team. He does line a single this left, so maybe the Diamondbacks can get it going offensively. And they're going to get it going offensively as Peralta hits one deep to left field. And that ball is gone. Sorry, it's Jake Lamb. Jake Lamb's second bomb of the game. A two-run blast, 5 RBI for Jake Lamb. And he's the reason the Arizona has a shot. It's 7-5, and here comes Ernie White, a guy who very much struggled in the first game of this series. So the Diamondbacks have gotten to the bullpen. And this is exactly what we're talking about. We're in the sixth inning. They've gotten to the bullpen. It's only a 7-5 game. They are very much alive in this. Drury is now he himself going to hit one hard deep to center, and that ball is gone. So 7-6. Back-to-back homers, a 442-foot blast, and the Diamondbacks are one run down now after a 3-run inning. Still nobody out this inning. Nick Ahmed pops up to first. But no matter what happens, the Diamondbacks got themselves back in this game. And how big is that? Mathis, he's going to line to second. So 2 outs. Daniel Descalso is into the game now. His first at-bat, I think, of the series, but he's going to hit one hard to left, and that ball is caught. So hard hit balls there that inning. Patrick Corbin is now in to hit as Descalso did pinch hit. So Patrick Corbin now in the pitch for the Diamondbacks, and he needs to hold them down. If he does, a lot of the momentum's now in Arizona's favor. Klein's going to hit a grounder to first, and Goldschmidt's going to make that play. We know Goldschmidt can play his position at first base, that's for sure. Sanders on an 0-2 count, swinging a miss, strike 3. Walker Cooper on an 0-2 count, swinging a miss, strike 3. So 1, 2, 3 go to the Cardinals in that inning. So we go to the top of the 7th. 2-2 pitch to AJ Pollock. He strikes out looking, so that's a big strikeout. Peralta with a 2-0 count counts in his favor. Can he drive a single into the outfield? He cannot. He can. Actually, it's going to be dropped. Lou Klein drops the ball, and because of that, the Diamondbacks have the base runner. So maybe today's the day the Cardinals make the mistakes, and they're letting the Diamondbacks back into this game. We'll see. And that's going to be a stolen base. So we have a runner on. Peralta's on second. JD Martinez can tie this game. We know how powerful he is. And I'm not sure you can actually walk him because you got Paul Goldschmidt on deck. But the 0-2 count, swing and a miss, strike 3. Now what do you do here with Goldschmidt? Because Jake Lamb has 2 homers in this game, but Paul Goldschmidt's Paul Goldschmidt. This is a tough at bat. 2-1, they're definitely pitching to him, but he grounds it to short. A huge out made. A huge out. And we go to the bottom of the 7th. The Cardinals still clinging on to that lead. 1-2 count to Musial. That's going to be hit hard. It's going to be an infield single for Stan Musial. Kurowski, the pitch, and he drives one deep to left. That's going to be some breathing room as that one is gone. 9-6. A homer off of Corbin for Whitey Kurowski, and it's 9-6. A big, big homer. Gets the Cardinals a little bit of breathing room in this game. Whitweiler's going to pop up to center, but this has been a much more offensive-oriented game as we have 15 runs so far, and we're only in the 7th inning. With 1 out and a 1-0 count, Garms hits one hard to left. That one's actually going to be caught. 2 outs, 3-2 pitch to Marion. That one is going to be another single. So the Cardinals putting a lot of pressure on the Diamondbacks today. That ball's going to be hit hard as Harry Walker is pinch hitting, and he's going to hit one. That's going to be a double. That'll probably drive home another run, and it does, and that makes it 10-6. So all the runs come right back after the Diamondbacks get right back into this. That's disheartening. Andrew Chafin's now in the pitch for the Arizona Diamondbacks, another lefty. And man, that is just disheartening for the Diamondbacks, who almost came all the way back from 7-3 down. That's going to be a ground out to end the inning, but 3 big runs for the Cardinals. Murray Dixon's now into pitch. In the top of the 8th, the 0-2 count to Jake Lamb will not get his 3rd home run. He instead pops to center. Drury also socked a home run earlier, and he's going to hit a fly ball to left. So 2 outs. And the Diamondbacks are just kicking themselves. 0-2 pitch to Ahmed, a pop-up. They go down in order. So good pitching so far from this part of the Cardinals bullpen. Sanders with the 10-6 lead against Chafin, and he's going to hit one to center, and he's going to single. Just a relentless attack for this Cardinals team. Their offense is so good, and that's going to be ripped into the right center gap. Walker Cooper's going to have himself extra base hits. This might bring in a run, if not a second or third with nobody out, and that's what it is. So no run scores, but second or third, nobody out. This thing can really get put out of hand now. Musial is going to make sure of that he hits one hard to left field. That's going to go all the way to the left field wall. 2 runs are going to score. Let's make it a 12-6 game. And it's Arizona's bullpen that's actually having problems. We thought they would be the good bullpen, and so far they are not doing too well. 0-2 count to Kurowski, but who cares about the pitcher's advantage there? That's going to knock another run home, another 3-run inning. Jimmy Sherfy's now in to pitch for the Diamondbacks. A 7-6 game has turned to a 13-6 game in 2 innings. This Cardinals team is good. A walk here, Garms with first and second, nobody out, can really bust this open for sure. He's actually going to pop out to third. Marty Marion, he's had a couple of singles. He hits this one. That one is playable for Martinez, who catches the ball. Johnny Hopp is now in the pinch hit. This is his first at bat of the series. Again, trying to put this thing away completely. Not that that's not very likely they lose now. It's a 7-run game, but he could have gotten into double digits. Instead, he grounds to third. But it's 13-6. Diamondbacks need an absolute miracle. Al Brazel's in the pitch. He'll probably be able to get the job done in this thing. 1-2 count, swing and a miss, strike 3. Chris Iannetta now pinch hitting. 1-0 count to him. He hits one to short, and that is playable for an out. One more will end this game. A.J. Pollock, he's the man at the plate, and we will go one more batter at the very least as Pollock singles. David Peralta, 1-1 pitch. He's going to hit one to second. It's going to be over the first, and that will do it. The St. Louis Cardinals of 1943 have a 3-1 series lead, and the players do their jump in the air, real quick celebration before they now just stand and stare at each other. Right now, they're probably contemplating the depths of what they've accomplished to take a 3-1 series in this game against a team who will in some time have a football team named the same as them, the Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals are a football team, the St. Louis Cardinals are a baseball team. That was the point of that comment. And they're thinking about it right now as they all stare at each other after their celebration. The crowd, probably in suits, are also like waving their hats at cameras, and it's just a whole hullabaloo for this team. Anyways, 3-1 series lead for the Cardinals. We go back to the stats. 13-6 was the final score. You look at the graph, very much in favor of St. Louis, especially as we got later in the game and just kept adding on runs. There was that moment in the early going where it looked like this would be a game and a series, or in a game at 3-0 that the Diamondbacks would win, but they don't really do anything after that fact. Okay, so they did get back into the 6, but then absolutely put this game away. Here are your stats if you really, really are into that. Other than that, that is the end of this game. Sorry, that was a pretty good yawn. But the Arizona Diamondbacks, obviously, now in a must-win situation after this loss. Because if they don't win, it's over. The all-time World Series will have been decided, and we will know who the all-time champion is. Stay tuned, because that's coming soon.